Hey guys, Lady Liberty Stacker coming back at you with another video, but this one isn't an unboxing, a pickup video, or anything like that. It just basically expands upon my last video, which showed everybody my first graded gold coin purchase, a 1920 key date Mexican gold 20 peso coin, and it's right over there in the corner. But basically in that video I explained kind of why I was leaning in the direction of gold. I do have a lot of silver. Silver takes a lot of room to store. You know, sometimes you want something a little bit different, or things get kind of boring. So for a while I was all about kooks and lunars, which I still love, and I haven't sold any of them. But you like to kind of change it up a bit to keep things interesting. I do want to, again, thank everybody that watched that video, that took the time to watch it to the end, to comment. And most of the comments, if not all of them, were very supportive of that. I got a number of thumbs down, so I ruffled some feathers by my Precious Markets spot price predictions. But hey, if you pay attention and you diversify, that shouldn't bother you if you have something a little bit to counter that. But at any rate, in that video, I asked the question, if you had $2,000 to spend, you know, how much, what would you buy with that $2,000, and how much would it take to store? So I got to thinking about that the last couple of days, and I pulled out parts of my collection that would represent that. And kind of like what I said in my video. So without further ado, we're going to go over here, and this is my junk silver, constitutional silver. And I bought this a while back, and that's what about $2,000 looks like, give or take. I paid roughly that for this. Some of it's gone down in value since then, with the spot prices trending down. A little bit's gone up, like the Prospector rounds. But what I have here are 6 rolls of 50-cent pieces, $half. I've got 2 rolls of Kennedys, almost uncirculated, or average uncirculated. Then I have a BU condition Franklin halves. I've got a roll of Barber halves. A roll of, I think those are BU because they're exquisite, Walking Liberties. Then I have a roll of older date Walking Liberties. I think these are between 1935 and 45. They're a little bit worn. Then I have a roll of $10 face amount of quarters here, Standing Liberty. And a shout out to Call Silver, who just showed us an exquisite one. I believe it was graded, but it showed the detail that you typically don't see. This is stuff you see, the worn stuff like I have here. But I picked it up. I think APMEX was having a free shipping deal last year if you bought constitutional silver, so I did. Then I have a couple of rolls, $10 face amount of proof quarters. These are the states and the U.S. territories. Washington on the obverse, and then of course the states on the reverse. Then I have a roll of, they say, BU Washington quarters, but I think they're more basically just uncirculated. Then I have 20 Prospector rounds. Interestingly enough, these have held their value. They've gone up in value since I bought them. Of course, silver would have to go back up for me to break even, because they're going to pay you less than what you paid for them at the the dealers. But something I could go to eBay and probably get it back very easily. Then I have a $5 face value in original bank wrapped sealed dimes. I even kept them in the plastic packaging. And then just basic roll of average circulated quarters. But that's $2,000 right there. That takes quite a bit of room to store that. Quite a bit of room. Now as you go up in cost a little bit, the storage space gets slightly less. I've got a big box from the Perth Mint of 100 ounces of 1 ounce 2015 anniversary kookaburras. And those are sealed rolls with one of the rolls on the top. I'm sure you guys have seen these before. There they are, 1 ounce. So anyway, I'll go ahead and put that back. Just wanted to show you that. I bought that, one of my first purchases last year. Spent a little over $2,000, and they're actually worth more now than when I bought them. they've gone up. The premiums have gone up on these guys, even though the melt value has gone down. So that's what happens with these lunars and kooks. They go up in value over time, but it takes quite a bit of room to store capsules like that or coins like that when they're packaged like that. But I keep them that way just to take care of them. Now you move on over to what $2,000 looks like in premium proof silver. You've got 3 Lunar 2 sets. Try to bring out the camera out a little bit here. And that's an ox set. It's hard to show that in the lighting. But that one is about $750. This one is Year of the Mouse. This one is about $650. And Year of the Tiger, this is about $550, or roughly $2,000 if I had to go out and replace it tomorrow. And they take up a little bit more room, but stacked on top of each other, probably a little bit slightly less room than the Kookaburra box. So that is Lunar 2, 11.5 ounces of silver roughly there. Okay, then you move on to Lunar 1, a lot more expensive. And if I were to replace this tomorrow, I'd have to spend approximately $2,000. One sold recently in eBay for right around $2,000 or $2,100, somewhere in there. This one is just 3.5 ounces of silver, COA 364. They minted about 800 and between 800 and 900 of these sets, the most popular Lunar 1 set at the time, and still has a high value because people always seem to like the dragon. It is beautiful. There they are, 2 ounce, 1 ounce, and ½ ounce. And these sets were a little bit lower mintage. They'll go up in value down the line. This one was 340 sets. The mouse was 366 sets. And the tiger and the rest of the lunar, 2 sets are 1,000 apiece. But the whole point is 3 times the room to store these than this Lunar 1 set. Finally, last but not least, you have $2,000 worth of gold. You have 5 10th ounce Year of the Goat from Lunar 2. And they don't take up very much room. And then you have 2 Mexico gold 20 peso coins. The one on the left is the one I just unboxed and showed you guys, the Mint State 61 from NGC. And this one here, which I bought in the raw form. And this is the Mexico 1959 Restrike gold 20 peso coin. But all of that right there is not a whole lot. $2,000 ballpark is what it would cost to buy that. And doesn't take much room to store it. So, at any rate, I just kind of wanted to show you that. I just got to thinking about it when I mentioned it in my video, and I thought you guys might like to see what that looks like. And when you make your purchasing decisions, at least right now, I'd still recommend being very picky. Buy things that you will think will go up in value over time, limited availability. I don't collect the Zombucks or the Privateer. The Privateer was just discontinued, and I can bet you that's going to go up. The Zombuck series has done very well. That's going to go up. So these types of purchases are very, very smart. Anything that's graded that is in demand, things that, generally speaking, people go for and they're out of stock a lot, that's what you got to look for, deals on things like that. Don't want to spend too much money right now on bullion, regular bullion, because if market comes down, you're going to lose money from the get-go. But if you plan to hold it for 20 years or a long time, you should be fine. But at any rate, I've talked long enough. I just kind of wanted to kind of put my thoughts on a recording here for you guys to comment on, tell me what you guys think. And again, I always appreciate you guys watching and commenting and either thumbing up or thumbing down my video. I know I'm getting somewhere if I see the reactions like that. So I thank you everybody that gave me thumbs up and thumbs down. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend and go make it a great day.